So that is Passbook, the best way to get all of your passes, tickets together in one place. Next is guided access. We set out to make the most accessible devices of anyone for all of our customers. And we're really proud of how the accessibility community has been adopting iOS devices. Now, we've been surprised by the number of children with autism who've been flocking to our devices, especially our iPads. And we want to make that experience even better. There are a lot of great apps on the App Store, like this one, that are designed specifically for children with autism. The problem is there are some controls, some settings and other controls in the app that you don't want the child to tap while they're using the app. So guided access allows you to just circle those controls with your finger. We'll figure out which ones you mean, and we'll disable those controls for you. The child now can use the app without accidentally hitting those. And we lock the device into a single app mode, so hitting the home button doesn't leave the app. Guided access is great. It allows children with autism to learn independently on their iPad. Now, this is great beyond children with autism. It's really single app mode, and single app mode has a lot of applications. There are a lot of schools who have been adopting iPads, and some are starting to actually administer tests on their iPads. Well, single app mode allows the teacher to lock that iPad into the test so the students can't go look up the answers in Safari. And this also works great for museums who use iPads and iPod Touches for guided tours. So single app mode and guided access. Next is Maps. In iOS 6, we have built an entire new mapping solution from the ground up, and it is beautiful. This is what Lake Tahoe looks like. We're doing all the cartography ourselves. Here's New York City, San Francisco. This is a worldwide effort. We're covering the world. Here's Italy, New Zealand, Singapore, Norway, Paris. I'm going to go through every city. The beautiful, beautiful maps. Now, part of maps is local search. You have to be able to find businesses and points of interest. And so we've already ingested more than 100 million business listings around the world to make a great local search. Once you find a business, bring up the info card, and it's beautiful. We've integrated with Yelp, so you get reviews and ratings and lots of photos right in the card. We're also building a traffic service. We have this great traffic view, so it's easy to see where the incidents are or where the slow traffic is. And on top of that, we overlay the incidents. So it's easier for you to figure out whether traffic's likely to speed up in a given location anytime soon. In addition to other data sources, we're using anonymous, real-time crowdsourced data right from our iOS users to keep this traffic fresh and up to date. We are also building in turn-by-turn navigation. It's really simple. Once you find a place you'd like to go, just tap on that quick route button, and you're on your way. As you're going, we'll be monitoring the traffic. We'll give you your ETA. If the traffic slows down in front of you, we'll update your ETA, and then we'll start looking to reroute you around it to find a faster route. And if we do, we'll offer it to you. And again, you're on your way around the traffic. All of this works from the lock screen as well, if you have it plugged into your car. And of course, we've integrated it with Siri, so you just ask Siri to take you somewhere, and you're on your way. You can ask questions along your route, like where can I get gas? And it'll look for convenient gas stations along your route. And of course, the kids can ask the age-old question, now, a really fun feature that we're adding to our maps is something we call flyover. We have been flying major metropolitan areas around the world in helicopters and in planes, and we've been building up a 3D photographic model of these places, and it is gorgeous. This is what it looks like on the iPhone. It looks great on the iPad. Let me just go ahead and give you a demo of our maps. All right, so here's our maps. They're all vector-based, so everything is really fast to zoom in and out. You can rotate, and we rotate all the labels. When you zoom in far enough, you'll see a building start to appear. You can tap on a point of interest. Here's MoMA. Get the info card. Again, beautiful. Get reviews and ratings from Yelp. Lots of photos. We also do 3D. So I can zoom in and see just what MoMA looks like. I can zoom out a little bit here. Sort of move around the city. Rotate around. Oh, let me zoom back in there. Beautiful. I'll go back to 2D. We have satellite view, of course. Here's our satellite view. But what I really want to show you is flyover. So let's go ahead and choose the Transamerica Pyramid. Now, this is not a movie. This is being rendered in real time, so I can go ahead and rotate this myself. I can change the camera angle, fly through it myself. Just beautiful. Let me choose another place. How about the Sydney Opera House? And again, I can rotate this. Let's turn it so I can look back at the city. Right behind the Opera House. I'll zoom out a little bit, change the camera angle. And that is flyover. Now, the last thing I'd like to show you is turn-by-turn directions. So we'll switch to the other device. We can't all go and get in a car and drive around, so we have a simulator of our turn-by-turn directions here. I'll go ahead and choose Coit Tower. I'll tap on the Quick Route button. It gives me 3 different options. I'll choose Route 2. Let's go ahead and start.
Starting route to Coit Tower. In 750 feet, turn right onto Greenwich Street. Turn right onto Greenwich Street. Then turn left onto Grant Avenue.
Now I can watch this adaptive cinematic camera angle as we go through corners.
In 400 feet, turn left onto Grant Avenue.
When 2 turns are close together, we put both signs up for you.
In 300 feet, turn right onto Lombard Street.
See, we have the footprint of all these buildings correct.
In a quarter mile, arrive at your destination.
Now, at any point, I can get the ETA up top. It says 1 minute. The simulator's going a lot faster than you should drive in San Francisco. We'll get there faster. I can also just tap on Overview, which allows me to zoom out. I can see any part of the route at any time. Zoom in over here, just sort of pan around. Or at any point, just tap to resume. You see it coming around Telegraph Hill here.
Arrived at Coit Tower.
And that is turn-by-turn directions. So a brand new mapping solution from the ground up in iOS 6. And these are only 10 of the more than 200 new user features in iOS 6. There was so much more in here. There are Game Center challenges. So now if you hit an achievement or a high score, it's easy to challenge your friends to try to beat you. We've improved the privacy controls, so you can manage whether an app has access to your contacts, calendar, or photos. We've completely redesigned the stores to make them just gorgeous and fluid and better promote your apps. We're working on made for iPhone hearing aids. We want the experience of people with hearing aids to be the best it's ever been on an iPhone. We've added per-account signatures in mail. So if you have a personal mail account and a work mail account, you can have different signatures for each. We've added lost mode to Find My iPhone. So if you've lost or misplaced your iPhone or iPad, or your iPhone in this case, you can send a phone number directly to that phone, like your home phone number or your spouse's phone number. And now, if someone finds it, they can just tap on there, and it'll call that phone number back, making it that much easier for you to get your phone back. And all those features you heard about for China, for OS X, we've added all of these to iOS 6 as well. So iOS 6 is a phenomenal release for our customers. It is also an incredible release for all of our developers. We continue to strive to build the best platform on the planet for developers. There's APIs for PassKit, so all those passes you saw for Passbook are really simple to build with that API. There's a Reminders API. We have in-app content purchases. So if your app today links out, say, to iTunes to buy music that someone heard in your app, you can now sell that music right in your app with an in-app content purchase sheet. Transit apps. When building maps, we looked around and realized the best transit apps for metros, for hiking, for biking, are coming from our developers. And so instead of trying to build those ourselves, we are going to integrate and feature and promote your apps for transit right within the Maps app in iOS 6. So iOS 6 is a great release for all of our developers. And we're giving out a beta of iOS 6 to our developers today. iOS 6 will ship this fall. It'll support the iPhone 3GS and later, the second and third generation iPad, and the fourth generation iPod Touch. And that is iOS 6.